Pretty decent number of 15.9. Now we're going to welcome heat number 4 of round 1 to the water. Filipe Toledo, who's been...
Yeah, I think he's improved in hollow stuff. His tube riding, he just looks a little more savvy this year.
Definitely looking sharp. Lost his major sponsor, Adam Melling, at the end of last year, so a couple of opportunities this year to compete. As we see Melling on the replay here, getting barreled, but just locked in. Couldn't find the exit.
Yeah, he was totally locked in. Nice drop there from Adam. Super hollow wave, so it must have been fun for a couple of seconds, but no exit. Gold Coast, that was probably his best event. That's where he produced, you know, the craziest highlights.
We have a rider having a look at this one in the blue. It's Adam Melling, and again he locks into a closeout, and it's going to be another throwaway score while we wait for some decent waves to roll in.
And you look at the contest area and you can kind of gauge where you're at, but it's down the beach, so I had no idea, and we were sitting here waiting.
He's always struggled with confidence. He's so critical on his own surfing, which is really strange because he's one of the best surfers ever to live. But it makes you pull for him because he's overly humble. I think so. You know, you don't need any big boards like you'd bring to the North Shore, but you definitely need a step up.
Well, here we go. This is Filipe Toledo. He's got a bit of open face to work with. Razor sharp first turn, climbs up on the roof as the wave shuts down and lets go of a nice tail drop floater.
So there you go. Smart from Filipe. You know, it's been really tough going for the last 15 minutes. We've seen in the last couple of heats, crazy town.
Monster.
I mean, that performance he put on in the Gold Coast and in Rio, where he was untouchable. And here's the quick maneuvers too. Bang bang. Nice little tail drop float there for Filipe. Feet better.
Okay, well, at the moment we've got Adam Melling up, slicing off the top. Almost finds some cover there as he moves through to the inside now. And just drifts the tail on the final move. 10.5 minutes to go. Filipe Toledo got a 5 for his effort on a medium-sized wave. We'll see if Melling can get himself into the lead with that ride.
Backshot their own scores, and Adam, tricky backwash there, but he dealt with it.
Well, this is Tomas Hermes now. He finds a bit of cover. He's going to get the exit too. Drives up onto the open face now and really puts it on the back foot. Let's go of a nice carve. Bit of an awkward finish there, but he rides out of that last maneuver. Just under 10 minutes to go. Filipe picked off the left-hander, calling for the ski now.
A little barrel and then a clean layback hack. This is what we miss from Filipe on the left-hander. Tail release snap there. Always has flair, doesn't he? He just will never go to a stock standard turn. He has to throw some spice on it. So 2 pretty big maneuvers there. So, you know, these guys, I think they definitely have learned their lesson here in the last 15-20 minutes. They know that it's gotten a little more slim pickings. Adam Melling, this was a good wave as well. Stayed really busy. He dealt with some crazy backwash here. Watch as he has great timing though. Little bobble there. And he flicks the tail right before that backwash hit. Pretty aggressive move there, so we'll see how high the judges go with that. I liked it. Snuck in a little wave there, and that's the difference between everyone else in his heat. He got a little cover time there. So I know it's not amazing, but it was a nice tube, but that snap right there put some icing on a cake. And then he was able to finish the wave off. So maybe 2.5 maneuvers there, a little barrel, 6.5, that's the best score.
It was 2009, so there has been some pretty solid runs from these wildcard competitors, but here we go, Adam Melling just getting clipped by the lip. Couldn't get compact enough to stay inside that barrel. 4 minutes to go.
Wave of Filipe had 2 nice snaps on his backhand and just a 4.93.
Adam Melling trying to set up the tube here, grabbing the wall of the wave now. Gets some cover, but that wave just pinching. A couple of times Adam's put himself on waves that have just been a little bit rough and hard to read. And here we go, this is Tomas not chasing a big score. Nice first turn to get started, drives up into the lip once again, just transitioning for the backhand floater. Trying to sell it. Did he do enough work? 15 seconds to go. First turn was strong. Well, here we go, this is Adam Melling. This is before the hooter, so Melling still with a chance too. Looking for a 5.16 with this ride. A couple of nice turns, this wave still holding up. Leaking through to the inside, Melling has some speed, gets a clean finish, composed performance under pressure. The hooter sounds, the heat is over, and we're now waiting on scores to come through. I believe Filipe Toledo may have caught a wave also, so I'll bring that to you in a moment.
But Filipe was behind him, and he tucked into a nice barrel, Ronnie, and he's out. So right away, I'm thinking that's going to up the ante quite a bit for both Tomas and Adam Melling. So if I had to take a guess right now, I'm thinking Filipe will hold on to the lead, but the judges have got their work cut out. A little bit of homework here, some numbers to drop.
I didn't mind Tomas's first turn. The second turn was a bit of a transition, and the floater wasn't as critical as what he would have liked, but it will be close. Adam Melling, on the other hand, his wave just went a little bit fat, but he got a solid finish.
This is kind of a cool preview, Ronnie, to what maybe is to come. Look at this high tide reform. That wave shaped up for two pretty solid maneuvers there. We haven't seen a wave like that yet, so maybe with the water coming up, getting deeper, we'll see more of these types of wave ridden. But again, I really believe that that's a pretty solid barrel from Filipe. So
all the numbers starting to come through for Tomas Hermes, and it's a 5.07, so he moves into the lead for a moment. We're still waiting on numbers to come through for Adam Melling and Filipe.
The snap on his backhand where he released the tail, and then another snap. So, you know, a solid score there from Tomas, but he had three.
Coming through for Filipe. He needs a 6.57, and it looks like at this stage he might fall short. Tomas Hermes, he had a 6.5 early on, remained composed, only needed a 3.43 to get into the lead. He got a 5.07. Filipe Toledo's just put a 4.67 on the board, not enough. And Filipe and Adam Melling are going to have to fight their way through round two. Tomas Hermes moving on through to round three.